In Nederland, Colorado, students gather for a presentation unlike any they've experienced before.
All right. Well, good morning.
Craig Scott was a student at Colorado's Columbine High School on April 20th, 1999.
And I'm not here to focus on a tragedy, but my story does start there.
His sister's life ended there that day.
I looked out from behind the police car, and it was Rachel. She had been killed right outside the school library. She was the first student that had been killed.
The first of a dozen students and a teacher who died at the school. Rachel Scott was an unusual teenager whose writings, like this essay, captured her approach to life.
I have this theory that if one person will go out of their way to show compassion, it will start a chain reaction of the same.
Her father, Daryl, shared Rachel's story soon after the Columbine tragedy.
I began to realize the impact that her life and her writings and her diaries had on young people. Rachel's writings are full of wisdom beyond her years.
She wrote, "These hands belong to Rachel Joy Scott and will someday touch millions of people's hearts." Her words inspired Rachel's Challenge, a 19-year-old program that relies on 5 separate challenges to students to help foster a positive culture and reduce violence in schools.
I've grown up with the same kids, and I think too many times things slide, small things like bullying.
We don't refer to ourselves as anti-bullying. We prefer pro-kindness.
Rachel's Challenge also consists of service clubs and mentoring. Using humor, it encourages simple acts of kindness and the reality of what happened at Columbine to drive its points home. The program has now been offered at roughly 15% of U.S. schools, as well as other schools around the world. The folks at Rachel's Challenge claim it's reduced disciplinary problems and prevented an average of 150 suicides a year so far. The key, they say, is reaching kids' hearts and getting them to connect.
My last challenge to you today is a challenge of action. And it's to go to at least 3 people that you're thinking about that are important to you. And today, find a time in your own way to tell them how much you appreciate them, how much you care about them, and how much you love them.
Her brother says it's exactly what Rachel would have done.
Some say she didn't get to do anything very big in her life, but she believes she can make a difference. And she challenged you to start a chain reaction of kindness and compassion. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been awesome.
Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Denver.